And we are live. We got earnings. We got NVDA reporting, not today, but we have also other earnings that we're going to talk about. But can NVDA actually save the markets? Let's see, we have a interesting news here about DeepSeek once more making some news. Exclusive DeepSeek trained AI model on NVIDIA beats chip despite US ban. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Paramount submitting a higher offer for Warner Bros. JP Morgan forecasts jump in first quarter. And let's talk about gold. Let's talk about silver. Let's talk about Bitcoin, gas, oil, everything right here at wealthdome. Welcome to the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, traders and investors. Just test here if everything is working. So let's just go over this. Over a couple of news. First of all, mute myself right here. First of all, we have no major economic news from the US today. The only thing that there is interesting is tomorrow is the President's State of the Union, which of course President Trump is going to hold. I'm going to just watch a short clip on that, not going to watch the entire thing. Now, futures are pointing a tinge higher. They were much higher, but just a tinge higher today. So we got 20, well, yes, futures 16 bips up, not bips, sorry, 16 points up. NASDAQ also pointing higher. And the VIX is cooling down here. Interesting. So looks like we're going to have a good day in the market. Looks like, at least. Then we have oil down, surprisingly. We have net gas down. We have gold down 1.36%. We have silver down. And I think this is a good buying opportunity for all of them, by the way. We have Bitcoin down and we have Ethereum down. So the only thing that is up is the S&P, and that's a tinge, and the NASDAQ. Now, despite all of this, we have some news about NVIDIA's results are AI market's biggest test if this little fellow can save the markets or not. So on February 23rd is when NVIDIA is going to report. And I'm just going to read a little bit of resume here from a Reuters news bulletin. It says, NVIDIA has 4 quarterly earnings on Wednesday. AI investors are seeking evidence that chip makers are totally out of whack today. That the chip makers' profits are growing apace to back to the 630 billion with a B capital spending budget from big tech. But signs of risks to NVIDIA's long-held dominance are also emerging from hyperscale plans to design their own cheaper AI chips. So whatever they're going to design, they're not going to design NVIDIA's environment. So what Apple is for the hardware system, NVIDIA is also hardware. But what Apple is for the communication system, NVIDIA is for the complete package, because they have those huge racks with CUDA core, with everything in there, and that is unreplaceable currently. Okay. They have a great environment, so I don't think anyone is going to. By the way, talking about NVIDIA, NVDA. Talking about NVDA, what is wrong? What just? Funds. Of course, they're not funds. NVDA. I was selecting funds. Talking about NVIDIA, here's the current situation. So pre-market down to $190 a share. No biggies here. I'm expecting a pullback to their earnings, and I have no idea what was going to happen with the stock price when they're going to report their earnings. What I do expect NVIDIA to outperform for the long term. So even if we have a major pullback here, it could also auto-correct down here in these two resistance zones, support zones. Sorry about that. In the 150, 130 area, only 110, 90 area. So both of these zones are beautiful for long-term accumulation. I am long NVIDIA with a couple of, only one covered call here, a poor man's covered call, but some calls in the futures, selling calls. Again, stand heavy vertical here. because this call just went woo, and I'm expecting to lose a lot of money if this does not work out. But the basic principle is here. NVIDIA for the long term is for the win. Now let's move to this really small DeepSeek news. Although I think this is fear-mongering. So China's DeepSeek trained AI model on NVIDIA's chips beats chips despite US ban, officials say. So DeepSeek could remove technical indicators showing showing use of US chips, officials say. US export controls for Blackwell chip makers to China, but they they still managed to get hold of those chips. Now, of course, they managed to get hold of those chips. So whoever would have thought that they're not going to manage to get hold of those chips? But Washington, February 3rd, Reuters, China AI startup DeepSeek latest AI model set to be released as soon as next week, which, hey, it was going to influence NVIDIA negatively, was trained on NVIDIA's most advanced AI chip, the Blackwell, a senior Trump administrator official said on Monday, in what could represent a violation of US export controls. So what are they going to do against that? Absolutely nothing, I would say. Now, does this have any kind of consequences? I would say not for the moment. We're going to see how it's going to, why don't they just make everything exportable and just be done with it and let NVIDIA explode in its price? Because the current thing that is holding NVIDIA back right now, could be a lot of things, is the matter of fact that they cannot export to China. Now, on the other hand, in other news, Paramount submits higher offer for Warner Bros. Discovery in bid to block Netflix, sources say. So Paramount's new bid improves on the $30 per share all-cash offer, sources say. Warner Bros. Shareholders to vote on Netflix offer on March the 20th, so they're so far away. I can hardly wait to be done with this. I hope that Paramount wins and Netflix loses, and we're going to go back to our regular schedule, which is Netflix for the win. Now, the biggest war for the Hollywood's most converted asset, which is Harry Potter, Game of Thrones franchise, has raised stakes for dominance in the streaming-led market. So I'm just going to say the following. So what if they're paying a little bit for streaming those? Because if they want to have new good IPOs, just create them. Do you have the money? Why buy them? Okay, so I don't think that is going to make or break Netflix if they own more IPOs, honestly. Okay, let's go to a couple of, that's it for the news. Let's just go to a couple of earnings for today. So we have Home Depot reported earnings. Let me also check the stocks. So HD reported earnings today. The stock is up massively. Woo! Take a look at Home Depot, how it jumped there. Not in the stock, so don't care that much, but good for you, Home Depot holders. Let's go to Constellation Energy reported earnings jumped just a little bit. And what did they do? They beat earnings, beat on revenue. Excellent. Cypher Mining, not interested. Digital Ocean Holding reported earnings, beat on everything. Oh my God, EPS up 41%. NRG Energy, everything is an energy now. And American Tower Corporation report, oh my God, 40%. Jesus. Let me see what AMT is doing. AMT. American Tower Corporation is actually down after their earnings. That's strange. Nevertheless, we're going to have after the bell Mercado Libre, one of my favorite stocks out there. Kind of sold it. Let's see what Melly is doing. Take a symbol. Melly is down. So on their earnings, maybe it's going to jump. You know what? I'm going to buy a little bit of Melly. Maybe only one share just to have a book up there and be done with it. Then we have Realty Income reporting earnings after the bell. We have Tempus AI. We have Zeta Global. We have Navitas, Semiconductors. We have Trans. We have Kava. We have Exxon reporting earnings. HP and Lucid. And we have also Workday Apple and GoDaddy reporting earnings. Okay, that's the website creator. So I'm going to come back on a couple of these. I'm interested. Maybe going to do one on Walmart and maybe on Constellation Energy. But what I'm interested in is Melly, Realty Income, Exxon, and that's pretty much it. HP, not interested. Maybe Zeta, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so what am I currently doing? Quickly, I bought some silver, SLV. I bought some GLD. So both of them are puts. They sold the put vertical on SLV. And this is not my complete portfolio. I'm just showing you the tasty portfolio. Sold some verticals on GLD. NVDA as always long on it. Oil took a position, and the E-minis, the micro futures here in the S&P, bullish on that. Okay, let me hear your thoughts. What do you think? Is this market going to explode, or is the pullback coming? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'm Norbert Menhart, and I build and protect wealth right here at wealthdome. Stay safe. Hey, by the way, subscribe to the channel. Most of you are not subscribed, surprisingly. So hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. See you next time.